Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Glacial Geek Battle Report. I am Phil, the Glacial Geek, coming to you here from Savannah Lion Games in Pooler, Georgia, where I will be fighting a 2,000-point battle between my Dark Angels and Marcus's Orks. So the story that we've got going on here is that a WAAAAAGH was making its way through the sector, and the Imperials were fighting them back. But unbeknownst to the Imperial forces within the WAAAAAGH itself, there grew fissures and factions started to break away. And two Big Meks decided that they were unhappy with how they were being treated, and that they could probably get some more teeth if they went off on their own and formed their own WAAAAAGH. Going off and doing their own business. So they decided to form their own WAAAAAGH and shot off in an attack moon. But unfortunately for them, the only ones who would follow them were Grots. So, that's the story. And the Dark Angels were then sent off to intercept them as they landed on this planet and started to run amok amongst the population here. So that's the story that we've got going on. The mission that we're going to be playing is No Mercy, so it's just kill points, taking each other out and see how many units that we can kill a piece, which should be fun and interesting. So that is the story. That is the mission. Before we go any further, though, let's show you the two armies that are going to be fighting it out today. So for the Dark Angels, I'll be running a battalion detachment, a vanguard detachment, and a super heavy auxiliary detachment. Leading off the battalion detachment, we have Azrael, a Primaris lieutenant with an auto bolt rifle, and a Primaris lieutenant with a power sword and plasma pistol. We have two 5-man intercessor squads and a 5-man scout squad with bolters. We have a 3-man inceptor squad with assault bolters. We have two 5-man Devastator squads, one squad with 4 heavy bolters and an Armorium cherub, and one with 3 las cannons. We have a 5-man Hellblaster squad. We have 2 Razorbacks with twin heavy bolters. Then for the Vanguard detachment, leading it off, we have a Primaris lieutenant with a power sword and plasma pistol, and a Primaris lieutenant with a power sword. We have 2 5-man Reaver squads. Everyone has grav shoots. One 5-man squad has bolt carbines, and the other 5-man squad has combat knives. We have a 3-man aggressor squad with auto bolt storm gauntlets and frag assault launchers. And last but not least, we have an Armiger Warglaive with a meltagun. And for the Orks, he'll be running a spearhead detachment. Leading off that detachment, we have 2 Big Meks in mega armor, one with a custom force field and power claw, the other with a teleporta blasta and head wampa's big choppa. We have a Knob with a WAAAAAGH banner. We have a 4-man Grot tank squad armed with a big Scorcha, a rocket launcher, a Grot Zuka, and a big shooter. We have a Grot mega tank with 2 boom canisters, wrecking ball, custom mega blaster, Scorcha, big shooter, rack of rockets, and 2 Grot Zukas. We have a squad of 5 big guns, all of which are cannons. We have 3 Def Dreads, each with 4 Dread Claws. We have 2 6-man squads of Killicans, each with a Can Claw and a big shooter. And last but not least, we have a Mecha Dread with a Ripper Claw, a Rattler Cannon, and a Mega Charger. All right, so those are the armies going over deployment here for the Dark Angels. We've got the Heavy Bolter team over here, along with a Primaris Lieutenant. We've got the Armiger Warglaive. We've got a 5-man Intercessor squad with one of the Lieutenants. We've got another 5-man Intercessor squad. We've got the Aggressors. We've got the Hellblasters. Another Primaris Lieutenant and Azrael. We've got the 2 Razorbacks over on this side. We've got the Las Cannon squad and another Primaris Lieutenant. Man, that's a lot of Primaris Lieutenants. And we've got a 5-man Scout squad inside the buildings. In Deep Strike Reserve, we have the Inceptors and the 2 Reaver squads. Going over deployment now for the Orks. We've got 1 squad of cans over here. We've got the Mecha Dread over here. We've got the War Boss with the Teleporta. We've got another War Boss with the custom force field. We've got the WAAAAAGH banner inside there. We've got the guns all along here. We've got the 3 Def Dreads over here. We've got the Grot Mega Tank, right? Grot Mega Tank over here in the middle. We've got the regular Grot tanks over here. We've got the other squad of cans over here, and that is the Orks. As of right now, the Orks are going to be going first, unless I can seize the initiative. Looking for a 6. Show me that fill first. No fill phase this time. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Orks here on turn 1. Movement phase for the Orks. Almost everything moved and advanced forward over here, except for the guns, which stood still, and the Mech Dread, who just didn't have enough space to make advancing worth it. So otherwise, everything moved. Everything had moved in advance. So the cans here, the Big Meks, the WAAAAAGH banner, the Def Dreads, the Grot Mega Tank, the Grot tanks, and the other cans over here. Everything advanced up. So that is movement phase for the Orks here on turn 1. We will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, starting off the shooting phase, his Grot tanks here are going to fire. The Big Shooter and the Scorcher are going to fire into my scouts over here, and the rocket launcher is going to fire into my Hell Blasters over here, or as he called them, my Hell Flamers. God, noob, am I right? So we're going to start with the, which one do you want to start with?
Scorcher.
I'm going to start with the Scorcher into my scouts over here. 3 hits. These are strength 4, so wounding on 4s.
Strength 5.
Oh, strength 5, so wounding on 3s, so that's 2 wounds. AP -1.
Yep.
+1 because of cover there, so looking for 4 ups. Making 1, failing 1. Big shoot into them as well, hitting on 5s because he moved and they're Grots, so that's 2 hits. That is no wounds.
Yep.
It's actually strength 5, so that is a wound there. So that is looking for no AP there, so it's going to be +1, so looking for a 3 up. Making it with a 4. Woo! And then the rocket launcher into my Hell Blasters. That is a hit. Strength, that's enough to, oh, that's a wound. AP.
It's going to be.
Oh, 1 second.
It's going to be.
It's AP -2, so 4 up because of Azrael over here. No, that is a, how much is the damage?
Straight 3 damage.
Straight 3 damage, so that is a dead Hell Blaster. All right, so next his Mega Tank is going to fire. So before he does anything, he has to roll a D6. On a 1, the Grots are too busy doing Grot things to do any shooting. They can't shoot at anything. On a 6, he has to fire at everything at the same target, but he gets a +1 to hit. So let's see what happens here. Rolls a 1. Do you want to spin a command point? No, he's just going to let it do nothing. All right. All right, the Rattler Cannon from the Mecha Dread is going to fire into my Intercessors over here. So he's going to have 2d6 shots, getting 4 shots. These are going to be hitting on 4 because he doesn't suffer any penalty for moving with it. So that is going to be 3 hits, strength 5, so wounding on 3s, getting 2 wounds at AP -2, so 2 5-up saves. Fail both of them. D3 damage, so we'll do the first one first. That is a dead dude. That is not a dead dude. All right, so these cans here are going to fire into my Scout Squad. We got 18 shots. These are going to be hitting on 5s because they advanced. Come back to you with that. All right, so 4 hits, wounding on 3s, getting 3 wounds. Getting over here, 3 AP -0, so looking for 3 ups. Failing 1, but I got 2 fill faces. All right, so the cannon on the left there is going to fire into them. D6 shots, 2 shots, hitting on 4s, getting no hits. Next one, D6 shots, getting 5 shots, hitting on 4s, getting 4 hits. These are strength 4, so looking for 4s to wound, getting 3 wounds. AP -0, so 3 ups. And I make them all. Woo! And then the last 3 are going to fire into them with their, basically the crack missile version. So hitting on 4s. Getting 1 hit. Strength 8, right? Wounding on 2. That's a wound. AP.
Good question.
1 second. -2, so 5 up because of cover. Nope, failed that, dead guy. All right, now the other killicans are going to fire into my scouts over here. Hitting on 5s because they advanced. All right, we'll come back to you with that. All right, these are going to be wounding on 3s. Getting 3 wounds. 3 up saves. And I failed 1. All right, that is it for the Orks' turn here on turn 1. We have a morale test to take over here. Jenkins is going to roll to see if he is going to survive. So he lost 4 of his fellow scouts over there. So 4 plus 3 is 7, and he is good to go. So that is it for the Orc turn here on turn 1. We will come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 1. All right, movement phase for the Dark Angels. My heavy bolters and my lieutenant back here stood still. My lieutenant and my intercessors moved up over this way. My Armiger Warglaive moved up his 14 inches right into the teeth of the Orcs up here. My intercessors here moved up. My aggressors stood still along with my lieutenant. My Hellblaster stood still. Azrael moved over here. My Las Cannon Bros stood still. So did my lieutenant. And my 2 Razorbacks stood still. And so did Jenkins. And that is it for the movement phase, so we will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, starting off the shooting phase, my Armiger Warglaive is going to fire everything into his Mecha Dread over there. So we're going to start with the Thermal Spear. It is 30-inch range, Assault D3, so D3 shots. 1, I'm going to spend a command point to reroll that. Into a 1, do I get it back? I do not. All right, so cool, 1 shot. Hitting on a 3. That is a hit. Strength 8, so wounding on a 3. That is a wound. AP minus 3. A 5-up invul save because of Dubro. No, goes through. So he's in half range there. So it's 2d6, take the highest. Getting 4 damage. And now the Melty Gun's going to fire on a 3. That's a fill face. Wounding on a 3. Nope. All right, so now my heavy bolter dev squad here is going to fire into his killicans over there. I'm going to spend a command point on Hellfire rounds, so I'm going to see if I get that command point back. I do, in fact, get it back, so I'm still at 8. And then he is going to be the one with the Signum, so he's going to have the red die there. All the rest are just regular bolters. So hitting on 3s and 2. All right, rerolling 1s because of Grim Resolve. All right. So these are now going to be, this is going to have D3 mortal wounds, 2 mortal wounds, and then these are strength 5, toughness 5, so looking for 4s to wound. Rerolling 1s that, nope, there are no 1s there, so that is going to be 4 wounds because of those. AP minus 1, so 4 ups, failing 2 of them. And then I'm going to pop my Armorium Cherub and have the guy with the Signum and the Hellfire rounds fire into them again. So this is going to be hitting on 2. That's a hit. D3 mortal wounds. 3 mortal wounds. That's going to kill one of the cans and see if it explodes. It does not. All right, so my aggressors are going to fire into his Grot tanks over here. They stood still, so they get to fire twice, and I'm going to fire them all just at the same time because I think it's going to be fun to do that. So they've got Auto Boltstorm Gauntlets, which are going to be Salt 6, so that's going to be 12 shots from each of them for that, and then they've got the Frag Grenade Launchers, which are Assault D6, so that's going to be 2d6 from each of them, so let's see how many shots from them. Ooh, getting a bunch. All right, so that's all the dice that I'm going to be rolling for these guys. 56 shots. So we're just going to go with these bunch first. These are going to be hitting on 3s. Re-rolling because of Azrael being over there, which is kind of gross. All right, 2 misses from there. We got the next set on 3s, re-rolling because of Azrael. All right, getting 4 misses from that set. And the last set, hitting on 3s, re-rolling because of Azrael. Getting no misses from that set. So that's a total of 6 misses, which means that I had a total of 50 hits. All right, here we go for the wounds. We're gonna start for the first ones. Wounding on 5s because they're tough 5. Re-rolling 1s because of the lieutenant over there. All right. All right, got 10 wounds for the first set. Next set. Rerolling 1s because of the lieutenant. All right, come back to you with that. All right, that was another 9 wounds, and 5s again. Rerolling 1s, no 1s there. So another 1, 2, that was a 6. So we got another 4 from that. So that's going to be 23 wounds. We'll come back to you with that. All right, so here we go. 23 4-up saves. We'll come back to you with that. Yep, that killed 3 of the tanks there. Now my intercessors here are going to fire into the lone tank left over there. They're in rapid fire range, so we've got 10 shots hitting on 3s. All right, not getting to reroll anything, but not really needing to. Strength 4, so wounding on 5s. Rerolling 1s, but no 1s there. So that's going to be 3 wounds at AP -1. So 3 5-ups. Makes 1. My Razorback over here is going to fire his heavy bolters into him. So we've got 6 shots, twin heavy bolters, hitting on 3s. All right, all hits. Strength 5, looking for 4s to wound. Getting 1 wound, AP -1, so 1 5-up. No, takes a wound. Now Azrael's gonna shoot into that tank over there with the plasma, not supercharging, hitting on a 2. Rerolling because of himself. Oh, that's a hit. Strength 7, looking for a 3 to wound. That is a wound. AP -3.
6-up.
6-up invul. No, goes through, and he is dead, and that is first blood. All right, so now my Hellblasters over here are going to fire into his Killicans over there. They're going to supercharge, and I am going to spend a command point on Weapons of the Dark Age. Let's see if I get back. I do, in fact, get it back, so I'm still at 8. So we're going to start one at a time here. We'll start with the guy. There's one guy in rapid fire range, so he's going to fire, hitting on a 3. Rerolling because of Azrael. All right, so that's 2 hits, and then the other 3... rerolling because of Azrael. Ooh, so 1 will be dead. So we got 4 hits here. Strength 8, toughness 5, right? So wounding on 3s. Not getting to reroll 1, so that's going to be 3 wounds at AP -4. Do they have invul save? They do not, so that's going to be 3 damage each. So
1 dead and then
1 dead and 1 will. Oh no, it doesn't go off because it's. Oh yeah, 1 dead and 3 damage onto another one. Does he explode?
I don't think they explode.
Oh, cans don't explode?
Pretty sure they don't.
Yeah, my opponent's cheating, and they definitely do explode. But this one doesn't.
They don't explode.
They don't explode.
What did I tell you?
All right, so now my other Razorback's going to fire into the Killicans over there. 6 shots, hitting on 3s. All right, all hits. Wounding on toughness 5, so wounding on 4s. Hey, that's way better than his friends. So that's going to be 5 wounds at AP -1. So 5 4-ups, making 2 of them, so 3 wounds. That's going to kill 1 guy. See if he explodes. No, he does not. These intercessors are going to fire into the Killicans over here. So we got 8 shots hitting on 3s. All right, then 4 hits, wounding on 5s, getting 1 wound, AP -1. That is a save. All right, my last cannon bros are going to fire into his Grot tank over there. So the red is going to have the Signum. These are going to be hitting on 3s and 2. Rerolling because of Grim Resolve. All right, so that is 3 hits. Strength 9, toughness 5, or 6. Tough 6, so still wounding on 3s. Rerolling 1s because of the lieutenant over there. All right, 1 wound. AP -3, 5-up invul save. No, goes through, so D6 wounds with a fill face, 6 damage. And then my lieutenant back here is going to fire into the Killicans with his mastercrafted auto bolt rifle. So we got 2 shots hitting on 3s. Rerolling because of Azrael. Nope. Strength 4, wounding on a 5. Rerolling 1s because of himself. All right, so that's it for the shooting phase. Into the assault phase, my Armiger Warglaive is going to charge into his Killicans over here. So, overwatching, looking for 6s, getting 3 hits there. Strength 5, so looking for 5s to wound, getting 1 wound. AP nothing, so 3-up save. Yeah, he's good with that, and his charge distance is totally in. All right, so now my Armiger Warglaive is going to start us off in the fight phase into here. He's got 4 attacks, hitting on 3s. That's all hits. Strength times 2, so it becomes strength 12. These are going to be wounding on 2s. That is all wounds. AP -3. Does that just go straight through? Do they have an invul save?
No, they get 6. They have a save of 3, so.
3, so it's going to be 6 up saves. So 4 6-up saves. Making none of them. So that's 3 damage each. So is that just going to kill 2 of them?
Yep.
Yeah, that's going to kill 2 of them. Do they explode?
How dare you?
How dare I? One of them does, in fact, explode.
I'll reroll it.
He's going to spend a command point to reroll that into a 4 so he doesn't explode. So that is 2 dead Grots. All right, the 3 Killicans left are going to attack into him. They are going to have 4 attacks each. So we're going to have 12 attacks here, hitting on 4s. All right, so it's 12 attacks hitting on 4s. All right, we'll come back to you with that. All right, so we had 6 hits there. These are going to be wounding on 3s because strength 8 into tough 7. So that's going to be 5 wounds.
-3.
5 -3. So it's got a 5-up invul save against shooting attacks. So it's just going to be a 6-up save here. Looking for fill faces. Getting 0 fill faces. What's the damage on that? 3 damage apiece. Huh, even if I made 1 more of those. Yeah, he's dead. Let's see if he explodes. He does not explode. All right, so that is it for the Dark Angel's turn here on turn 1. We do have some leadership tests. These guys over here lost 2, so 2 plus 1 is 3. They're good to go. But these guys over here lost 3. 3 plus 6. No. You going to spend a command point? Yeah, he's going to spend a command point on that one. Into a 1, so they're good to go. Otherwise, all 3 of them would have been gone. So that would have been hilarious. But they're good to go. My opponent's down to 2 command points. So we'll see what happens. We will come back to you after movement phase for the Orks here on turn 2. All right, movement phase for the Orks here on turn 2. The Death Dreads moved up this way. Killicans moved up this way. His Mecha Dread moved up this way. The 2 Big Meks and the WAAAAAGH banner advanced up this way. The Grot Mega Tank moved up here, and the cans moved up here as well. And the guns all stood still. So that is it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, we're going to start off the shooting phase with the Grot Tank. Maybe. Let's see. Ooh, it is getting to shoot. We'll come back to you with that. All right, so now his Grot Mega Tank is going to fire one of his kill canisters into Jenkins up here. He's also going to fire one of his Grot Zukas into Jenkins up here. And a big shooter into Jenkins up here. He really wants Jenkins dead. Then he's also going to shoot his Scorcha into my Intercessor squad up here. He's going to fire 2 rockets and the other Grot Zuka, right, into these guys.
The custom Mega Blaster.
Oh, the custom Mega Blaster into these guys over here. So that's the shooting. We'll come back to you with it. All right, we're going to start with the Scorcha into my Intercessors over here. So D6 hits, getting 4 hits. Wounding on 3s, strength 5, right?
Yeah.
So wounding on 3s, so that's 2 wounds.
-1.
AP -1, so 2 4-ups. Whoa! Making 1 with a fill face. Make the other one with a 5. Woo! All right, so first the boom canister into him. Assault 2d6, so 9 shots. These are going to be looking for 4s to hit.
So big shooter.
Big shoot is going to be the black ones there, so we're shooting all that in there, so looking for 4s to hit. We'll come back to you with that. All right, wounding on 4s and 3. So getting 3 wounds there. AP on any of those?
Nope.
No AP, so we've got 3 3-up saves. Oh, and Jenkins is dead. Jenkins, no! All right, so now we have the 2 rockets and the custom Mega Blaster into my Hell Blasters over here. Hitting on 4s, no hits. All right, the kill cans over here are gonna fire into my Las Cannon Devastators over here. So these are gonna be hitting on 4s. All right. Don't throw dice around. There's one more there. All right, and these are going to be strength 4, right? So strength 5, so wound on 3s. Getting 1, 2, 3, 4 wounds. We've got 4 AP nothing, right? So 2-up saves because they're in cover. And I'll make them all. All right, so Killicans here are going to fire into my Intercessors over here, hitting on 4s. Ooh, doing real good there. These are now going to be wounding on strength 5, so wounding on 3s. Not as good there. So that's 2 wounds. All right, fair enough. 2, do it one at a time there. So 1, 3 up. Fail that, he's dead, and then a 2 up because they're in cover. Good to go. All right, so now the Mecha Dread is going to fire into my aggressors over here. So he's got 2d6 shots, getting 6 shots. These are going to be hitting on 4s. Getting 1, 2 hits. All right. Looking for 4s to wound because it's tough 5, strength 5. So that's 1 wound, AP -2, right? So looking for a 4-up invul save because of Azrael. Oh no, failed that. D3 wounds, right?
Yes.
That is a dead intercessor. Aggressor, you know what I mean. All right, the guy with the WAAAAAAGH banner is going to fire his custom mega shooter?
Yeah,
Or custom something, whatever, into my intercessors over here. So hitting on 4s.
5.
Oh, hitting on 5s, wounding on whatever, that 6 is a wound. AP nothing, so looking for a 3-up. Making it. All right, so now the cannons, the first 3 on the left, they're going to fire into my Hellblasters with their heavy shots. So hitting on 4s, getting 2 hits, wounding on 2s. That is 2 wounds. 2 4-up invul saves. Make one of them, fail one of them. D3 wounds, D6 wounds, 2 wounds. That's enough to kill him, though. And then the other 2 are going to fire their basically crack missiles into my intercessor squad over here. 2 shots, hitting on 4s, 1 hit, wounding on 2. That's a wound. AP -2, +1 because they're in cover. 4 up. No, failed that. D6. Dead dude. All right, so that's it for the shooting phase. Into the assault phase, these killicans are going to start by charging into both of my Razorbacks over here. We're going to start with the guy on the left because he doesn't have a reroll from Azrael. So this is 6 shots hitting on 6s, getting 0 hits there. And now the second guy, 6 shots hitting on 6s. Getting 2 hits from there, re-rolling because of Azrael. Getting another hit, so that's 3 hits. Wounding on 4s, because tough 5. Getting 3 wounds at AP -1, so 3 4-ups. Making all of them. Wow, gross.
I just wasted my charge.
Yeah, there we go. So here comes their charge distance. Getting 9 inches is going to get them in. And now his Mega Tank is going to charge into my intercessors. So overwatching from them, hitting on 6s. Getting 1 hit. Wounding on a no rerolling ones because they moved during their movement phase. Yep. My opponent's trying to be nice and tell me about things that my army can't actually do because they moved. So strength 5, toughness 7. So looking for a 5. That's a wound with a fill phase. AP -1 into a 2. He's gonna take a wound. So he's down to 2, right?
Yes, he is.
Oh snap! His charge distance is totally in. All right, so now his Death Dread here is going to charge into my intercessors and my lieutenant. So the red is going to be the plasma pistol from the lieutenant, hitting on 6s, not going to supercharge. Okay, no hits there. His charge distance is totally in. And now the killicans over here are going to charge into my heavy bolter squad and my intercessor squad. Basically is a safety latch over there. So we're going to have the 4 heavy bolters plus the bolter from the sergeant here firing in, hitting on 6s. Rerolling 1s if there were any, and not getting any 6s. No 6s or... Really? All those dice and not a single 6 or a single 1. That's a thing that just happened there. All right, their charge distance is totally into whatever he wants. Mecha Dread's going to charge into my intercessors and my lieutenant over here. Lieutenant's going to fire Overwatch. Not getting a hit, so his charge distance is totally in. WAAAAAGH banner here is going to charge into the intercessors. He is not in, I don't think. Rerolling because of, here we go. 6 might get him in. He needed 7 inches to get in, so close, but not quite.
Intercessors.
All right, Big Mek over here is going to charge into the intercessors. He is totally in. And the other Big Mek over here is going to charge into my intercessors, looking for an 11-inch charge. Ooh, close. Here we go. Oh, no, not in. All right, Death Dread over here is going to charge into both these intercessors and these intercessors. Ooh, making it into neither, I don't think, on that one. So rerolling because of here we go. Oh, double 6s will get him wherever he wants to go. And the last big Death Dread is going to charge into my intercessors here. 6 inches, I don't think gets in. Here we go. No, not getting it with double ones. All right, starting off the fight phase. His Mecha Dread is going to fight into my lieutenant over here. So he's got how many attacks?
5.
5 attacks, hitting on 3s. That is all hits. Strength a bajillion, right?
Yeah, like 12.
12, so wounded on 2s. That is 5 wounds there. AP.
-3.
AP -3, so looking for 5 6-up saves. Show me them fill faces. Getting 2 fill faces. D6 wounds, right? 3 D6 wounds apiece. Oh, he is way dead. All right, so I'm going to spend 2 command points to intercede with my intercessors. 4 of them are going to go into his Grot tank over here. 1 of them is going to go into the Death Dread. The red's going to be the one into the Death Dread. Hitting on 3s. All right, pretty good. These are all going to be wounding on 5s. Getting 1 wound. AP nothing. 4 oh, but he does take a wound. All right, this Death Dread here is going to attack into my intercessors. 6 attacks, hitting on 3s, right?
Yep.
Hitting on 3s, that's 4 hits. Wounding on 2s, that is 4 wounds. AP. Holding on. I'm going to roll and see if it even makes a difference. Made 2 6s, so -3. So 2 go through. What are they? 3 damage apiece, so they are dead.
Yeah.
All right, so now these Killicans are going to attack in here. They are out of range of the WAAAAAGH banner now, so they're going to be hitting on 5s, but they got 12 attacks hitting on 5s. All right, so that is 1, 2, 3. 3 hits. Wounding on 3s. Getting 2 wounds. AP.
-3.
-3, so looking for 6 ups. Showing them fill faces. Getting none, so 2 guys are dead.
4.
All right, it was actually wounding on 2s, but there was a 1 that he rolled otherwise, so still just the 2 guys dead over there. Moving on over to here, we're going to have 2 and 2, right, going into each of them? Or, yeah, so 2 guys over here into here, these 2 guys into the other one. So we're going to go with the first one onto this one over here, hitting on 5s. All right, getting a bunch of hits there, pretty good. Strength 8, so wounding on 3s. That is 4 wounds. AP -3, so looking for 6-up saves. Getting 1, so 3 go through. Is it 3 damage?
Yeah, 3 damage.
3 damage each, so it's 9. He's still alive with 1 wound.
Actually,
And then the other 2 into here. Hitting on 5s, so we got how many there?
it's 4.
4 hits on that one. But only 2 wounds. Looking for them fill faces. No, so 6 damage down to 4. All right, so now the Grot tank is going to attack in here. He's got 3 attacks with the Wrecking Ball, which is going to be the red ones. Black is going to be the extra attack from, I don't know, some like Grot hanging off the side here, punching at them. These are all going to be hitting on 5s. Getting 2 hits, 1 with each. Wounding on strength, what is it?
6 or
Strength 7, so it's going to be 1 wound there with the not, with the regular Grot. So AP nothing, you just leaned out and punched the guy in the face. But he didn't feel it, so. All right, so now the Death Dread is going to attack into them, hitting on 3s. All right, getting 4 hits. These are now going to be wounding on 2s. That is 3 wounds, AP -3, 3 6-up. Show me them fill faces, or don't show me any fill faces. So the first guy is going to be dead. Then the next one, D6, right? Or is it straight 3 on these
They're
ones?
just 3.
Oh, there's a straight 3, so that's another 2 guys dead. All right, so these heavy bolter bros are going to attack back into them. 3 attacks on 3s, 2 hits. Wounding on 5s, getting no wounds. Then we're going to attack back with both of them here. He's at the second profile, so D3 attacks. 3 attacks from him, plus 1 attack from the guy over there with the 1. These are going to be hitting on 6s, getting 1 hit. Strength 6, so wounding on a 3. That's a wound. Regular save. No, it goes through, so he takes 1 wound. All right, so that is it for the Orks' turn here. We do have a couple leadership tests to take over here. These guys lost 2. 2 plus 2 is 4. They're good to go. These guys lost 3. 3 plus 3 is 6, and they are also good to go. So that is it for the Orc turn here on turn 2. We will come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 2. All right, movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 2. These guys fell back out of combat over there, and I spent 2 command points on Intractable on them. I did not get any of them back, so I'm down to 4 command points. My lieutenant moved a little bit around the edge here. This lieutenant moved up over this way. These aggressors stood still. These guys fell back out of combat. The Hellblasters stood still. Azrael moved up around this way. These guys fell back out of combat. Lasbro stood still along with their lieutenant over here. Then, coming out of Deep Strike reserves, my Reavers with the bolt carbines came in over here, 9 inches away from here. These guys came in over here, 9 inches away from him. And my Inceptors dropped in 9 inches away from his Warlord over here. So that is it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, these guys here are going to fire into his Killicans. I'm going to spend a command point on Hellfire rounds on one of them. So let's see if I get the command point back. I do not, so I'm down to 3. Now they're going to have 2 guys that are going to be firing regular into them, and 1 that's going to be firing the Hellfire rounds. So these are all going to be hitting on 4s because they moved. All right. Not great. So it's 2 hits, wounding on 4s. Getting 1 wound, re-rolling 1s because of the lieutenant. So that's 2 wounds at AP -1, so 2 4-ups, fails 1. All right, my lieutenant here is going to fire his plasma pistol into the Grot tank over there, hitting on a 3. Nope, no hit. Azrael is going to shoot him with the plasma gun. Re-rolling because of himself. All right, that's 2 hits. Wounding on strength 7, so wounding on 3s. So that's 2 wounds, AP -3.
6 ups.
2 6-ups. Fails them both, so he is dead. Does he explode?
No, of course not.
Of course not. No, he does not. My Hellblasters here are going to fire into the Killicans. They're going to supercharge and spend command point on Weapons of the Dark Age. Do I get it back? I do not, so I'm down to 2 command points. Let's see if they're firing here. 2 shots each, hitting on 3s. Rerolling because of Azrael. That's 2 hits. Rerolling because of Azrael. So that's 4 hits. Strength 8, looking for 3s to wound. Getting 3 wounds at AP -4. So it's just going to go through, and that's going to be 3 damage apiece. So does he have 4 wounds left over there? All right, so that's going to kill 1 guy, and then 1 guy is going to have, 2 woons left?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, 2 wounds left. All right, so now my Inceptors are going to fire into his Big Mek over there. So it's going to be 18 shots hitting on 3s. All right, so that is not getting to reroll anything over here. So these are strength 5, toughness 4. So looking for 3s to wound. Not rerolling anything. So that is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wounds. AP -1, +1 because he's in cover. 2 up save because he's in mega armor. Failing 1, 2 of those. All right, and these guys back here are going to fire into the Grots arming the gun over there. They are going to fire 5 shots from their heavy bolt pistols, hitting on 3s, getting 4 hits. These are strength 4, toughness 2, so wounding on 2s. That is 3 wounds, AP -1. So that is dead, because they died, and therefore the gun has to disappear. And my other Reavers are going to shoot into the Grots of the other gun over there, hitting on 3s. Alrighty. Wounding on 2s. Getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wounds. These are AP nothing though, so they get 6 up save, right?
I don't think so.
I think the Grots get a 6 up save, don't they? 1 second. Alright, so there are 6 6-ups. I say it's possible. He says not. Oh, he was right. Alright, so now my aggressors are going to fire into the Killicans. They stood still, so they're going to have twice the shots. So we're going to go with the, these are the frag grenade launchers. So 2d6 each because of the fact that they are staying still. Oh, getting a bunch of shots there. Alright, so 45 total shots coming in from them. So we're going to go with the first 21 over here. Or not even, oh, and you fall over, whatever. These many shots hitting on 3s. Rerolling because of Azrael. Oh man, really needed the rerolls on this one. Yeah, way good on the rerolls. And the rest of the shots, rerolling because of Azrael. Yeah, getting 4 misses from that. So that's a total of 5 misses. So that's going to be 40 hits. All right, looking for 5s to wound. Rerolling 1s because of the lieutenant there. All right. And the rest of them on 5s. Rerolling 1s. All right, we'll come back to that. All right, so we got 14 wounds, 14 3-up saves. Failing 1, 2, 3 of them? 4 of them. So 1 is going to be dead and 1 is going to have 2 wounds. Is going to have 2 wounds put onto him, so 3. Does he blow up? He does blow up. Did the other 2 blow up? We forgot to check, or the other 1 blow up? We forgot to check that before. Oh, he does. All right, so yeah, this guy's dead, and then he has, they do 1 mortal wound onto everything within 3 inches, so those 2 would have carried over and just done, left him with 1 wound left onto that dread. Can. And then my sergeant over here is going to fire his mastercrafted auto bolt rifle into them, 2 shots, hitting on 3s, and that was 2 2s, so more. All right, so now my Devastator squad over here, the 3 las cannons are going to fire into the Death Dread over here, and then the bolter guy and my sergeant are going to fire into the killicans over there. So we're going to start with the las cannons. The red's going to be the Signum hitting on a 2, the other's hitting on 3s. Alrighty. Oh, within range of Azrael, so re-rolling. All right, so that's 3 hits. Wounding on 3s. That is 2 wounds. AP -3, so 5 up invul saves. He's within range of the there. No, they both go through. So 2d6 damage. 7 damage. How much wounds does he have? He might have 8. So I'm actually 1 second. All right, he's got 8 wounds, so he would have 1 left. I'm going to spend a command point on that 3 to make it to reroll that damage there. So looking for honestly 4 or better, and he is dead. Yeah, with a fill phase. Woo! Does he explode? No, he does not. Do I get the command point back? No, I do not. And 3 bolt shots into him over there. Rerolling because of Azrael. So that's 3 hits. No wounds there. Lieutenant firing his bolt pistol into the killicans. That's a hit. That is not a wound. All right, so that's it for the shooting phase. Into the assault phase, my aggressors here are going to charge into his Death Dread over there. So their charge distance, he has no shooting. 4 inches should get them in. Another lieutenant is going to charge in. He's in. And now Azrael is going to charge into the killicans over here. That is no hits there. So his charge distance is totally in. All right, so now we're going to start the fight phase with my aggressors first. So with 5 attacks into his Death Dread over there. These are going to be hitting on 4s because it's -1 with the gauntlets. Getting 2 hits. Strength times 2, so wounding on 3s. That is 2 wounds, AP -3. So 2 6-up saves. Fails them both. D3 wounds. Doing 4 wounds. All right, so now his Death Dread here is going to interrupt for 2 command points. His last 2 command points. He's going to put 3 attacks into my aggressors, 3 attacks into my lieutenant. So the black ones are going to be into my lieutenant. So these are going to be hitting on 3s. Alrighty. Wounding on strength, what is it?
10, 12.
10, okay, so all these are going to be wounding on 2s. All right, so 2 and 2 each. So we'll do the 2 onto my lieutenant there, looking for 6-up saves. Show me them fill faces. Oh, cocked, come on, do it, do it, do it. No! So he's going to be what? How many damage? 3 damage, so he's still going to be alive. And then we've got 2 into my aggressors over there, the same thing, looking for 6s. Show me them fill faces. Not getting either of those. That's going to be straight 3 damage, right? So that's just going to straight up kill them. I'm going to spend my last command point to re-roll one of those saves. Nope. Do I get it back? I do at least. All right, so now my lieutenant over here is going to attack. He has the Relic Heavenfall Blade, so he's going to have 5 attacks. These are going to be hitting on 2s. All right, that's all hits. Strength 4, looking for 5s to wound. Getting, 1 wound. AP, oh man, AP -3. Does not save it. D3 damage. Does 3 damage. And now Azrael is going to be attacking in here. He's got 5 attacks. These are going to be hitting on 2s. Rerolling because of himself, thankfully. All right, all hits. Wounding on 3s because it's strength +2. So looking for 3s. Getting rerolling nothing because he's not close enough over there. So that's going to be 3 wounds, but 1 is the 6 here, so that's a mortal wound, which is going to kill the one dude bro there. Does he explode? He does not, so he's just dead. And then there's so that's 3 that go through at AP -3. Do they just go through at AP -3?
No.
No, he's gonna have 3 6-up saves.
Yep.
Making none of them. These are going to be D3 wounds apiece. Doing 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 wounds. It is dead. Does he explode? He does not. All right, so that is it for the Dark Angel's turn here. No morale test, so we will just come back to you after movement phase for the Orks on turn 3. All right, movement phase for the Orks here on turn 3. The Killicans basically stood where they were around here. The WAAAAAGH banner moved up over this way. His Death Dread stayed in combat with my lieutenant, and his Big Mek moved up over this way. His Mecha Dread used his supercharger, and what you do is you roll a d6, and as long as you don't roll a 1, you get +8 to your inches, +8 inches to your movement. And then they can keep doing, you know, all the baller stuff that he can do. So, of course, my opponent rolled a 1 and used all his command points when he interceded over before to punch my guys in the face over here. But yeah, so he's stuck over there. He can still shoot, but he just can't charge or move again for the rest of the turn, which is not great for him. Over here, his Big Mek turned around to come face off against my, whatchamacallits, my Inceptors. His Death Dread moved back over here to try to defend his gun guys against my Reavers back there, and the gun guys stood still. So that is it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the shooting phase. Start of the shooting phase. These Killicans are going to fire into my Heavy Bolter Bros, hitting on 4s, because they didn't move, right? Or that didn't make a difference. Yeah, they didn't move, so it's 4s there. Wounding on 3s, because it's strength 5, so that's 3 wounds. 3, AP nothing, so 3 2-ups. Making them all. All right, so now his Big Mek here is going to shoot into my Inceptors with his teleporter gun. So he's going to have D3 shots, getting 2 shots. These are going to be hitting on 5s, getting 0 hits. All right, his cannon on the left there is going to fire into my 1 wound left Razorback over here, hitting on a, not a 1. Next one's going to do the same thing, but actually hit this time. That is a wound, AP -2, right? So looking for a 5-up. Yeah, with the 5, woo! And the last one's gonna do the same thing. And that's not a hit. All right, my opponent's gonna fire his Rattler Cannon from his Mecha Dread into my Hellflamers over here. So it's 2d6 shots, getting 6 shots. These are going to be hitting on 5s, so no 4s, because there's Grots inside there. So that is 2 hits. Strength 8, strength what?
Strength 5.
Strength 5, so looking for 3s, that's 2 wounds. AP -2, so looking for 4-up invul saves. Making 1, failing 1, so it's gonna be D6 wounds. D3 wounds, into 2 wounds, that's a dead Hellflamer. All right, that's it for the shooting phase. Into the assault phase, his Big Mek here is going to charge into my Inceptors. They are going to fire Overwatch, 18 shots between them with with their assault bolters there, hitting on 6s. His charge distance is totally in.
Charge your lieutenant.
All right, so now his Big Mek over here is going to charge into my lieutenant, and he's in. All right, so now his cans are going to charge into my lieutenant and my 3 heavy bolter bros. Lieutenant's going to throw a crack grenade. They're going to fire their heavy bolters. The red's going to be the crack grenade, hitting on 6s. All right, getting 2 hits there. Wounding on 4s, getting 1 wound. AP -1, 4-up. No, takes a wound. Charge distance is totally in. All right, so now his Big Mek over here is going to use the, what is it, Head Wampa's Super Choppa?
Head Wampa's Kill Choppa.
I was close. That was really close considering I only got told before when I was doing the intros for the army. So Kill Wampa's Big Choppa is going to go right into them over here. So he's going to have, he has +1 attack because of on the charge with the Warlord trait, right?
Yep.
So these are going to be hitting on
Threes.
hitting on 3s. So that is 2 hits. These are now going to be strength +2, so strength 6, toughness 5, looking for 3s to wound, getting 1 wound. AP what? -2, so looking for a 5-up save. Oh, with a 4, so D3 wounds, right?
Yeah.
Doing 3 wounds kills a dude. All right, so now these cans are going to go. They're going to attack everything into here except for 5 attacks. They're going to go into my lieutenant over here. So these are going to be hitting on 4s because they get +1 because of the WAAAAAGH banner. All right, pretty good. All right, and these are now going to be wounding on 2s. All right, that one's cocked. Not meant to be there. So that is going to be 5 wounds, 4 of which are onto my heavy bolter bros. So those are AP -3, right? So 4 6-ups onto the heavy bolter bros. Nope, they are all dead, and then 1 onto my lieutenant who takes it. So that is how many wounds? D3 damage. So he's down to 2. All right, I messed up with filming there. I kind of stopped recording because of audio. It happens every once in a while where I press record twice, like press the button twice, or don't quite press it, and it messes all up my system so that I'm recording when I didn't want to record and not recording when I wanted to record. Whatever happened over here, this lieutenant got murdified by the Death Dread over here because his Big Mek whiffed with his mega claw, not mega, what is it called? What's it? Power claw over there. And over here, my lieutenant whiffed entirely into his cans. So now we're going to move over here to my Inceptors who are going to attack. We've got 5 attacks here, hitting on 3s. It's going to be 3 hits. Wounding on toughness 4, right? So toughness 5, so looking for 5s, 5s to wound. Getting 1 wound, 2-up save. Yeah, he good. Nope, he's tough 4, so getting another save in there. Yeah, he's good. All right, and that is it for the Orks turn here on turn 3. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels on turn 3. All right, movement phase for the Dark Angels. He stood in combat over here. These guys fell back out of combat over there, moved up over towards him. Cannon Bros and their lieutenant stayed still. Hellblaster stood still. Azrael moved up a bit. Intercessors moved up over this way. My 2 Razorbacks stood still. Back here, my 2 Reaver squads started moving closer towards the guns there, and that is it for the movement phase. So we will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, so now these guys are going to start us off here. Inceptors into his WAAAAAGH banner. 12 shots, hitting on 3s. All righty. 7 hits. Wounding on toughness 4, so looking for 4s. Oh no, looking for 3s. All right, so we got 4 wounds at AP -1.
5-ups.
4 5-ups. Failing all of them. Is he dead? Yeah, he's probably dead. Lieutenant's gonna fire his pistol. That's a hit. That is not a wound. All right, so now the Reavers over there are gonna fire into the Grots on that gun on the left with their bolt carbines hitting on 3s. All right. Wounding on 2s. That is 4 wounds at AP -0, so we've got 4 6-ups. Makes 1 of them, but they are both dead. And now we've got, these guys are going to fire into the squad over on the right there. Okay. Wounding on 2s. Okay, that's AP -1, so that's dead. Intercessors are going to fire into the Death Dread over here. That is 3 hits. Wounding on 5s. Getting 1 wound. AP -1.
Yep.
No, takes a wound. Azrael's going to fire into his Death Dread. He is going to supercharge. So that's 2 shots hitting on 2s. Oh boy. Okay, here we go. He does get to re-roll it. Let's find out what happens here. Come on. On a 2. Oh, thank you, Phil Face. All right, strength 8, toughness 7, so looking for 3s to wound. That is 1 wound, AP -3, 5-up. Oh, and he makes it. All right, my Razorback over here is going to fire into him. 5s to hit because he's wounded real bad. All right, pretty good hitting there. So it's 3 hits, strength 5, toughness 7, looking for 5s to wound. Getting 2 wounds at AP -1. Can he do it? No, he's almost down to 1. Lieutenant's now gonna fire into him, hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s because of Grim Resolve. That's, wow, that was impressive. 1s into 6s. All right, these are going to be wounding on 5s. Yeah. All right, last cannon squad here is going to fire all the last cannons into his Mecha Dread, and all the bolts are going to go into his Def Dread. So, last cannons hitting on 3s and 2 because of the Signum. All right, that's all hits. Wounding on 3s. Getting 2 wounds. AP -3. 2 5-ups. Makes 1, fails 1. D6 damage. 4 damage. And now the bolts are going to fire in here, hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s because of Grim Resolve. So that is 3 hits. Wounding on 5s. No wounds. All right, so now my Hellblaster is going to fire into his Def Dread. Going to supercharge. No weapons of the Dark Age, so hitting on 3s. Rerolling because of Azrael. All right, that's 2 hits. Wounding on 3s. That is 1 wound. AP -4, so 5-up invul save because of the custom force field. No, goes through. He is dead. Does he explode? He does not. And now this Razorback's going to fire into his Big Mek over here. Hitting on 4s because he's in the second profile. All right, pretty good. Wounding on toughness 4, so wounding on 3s. Yeah, he's not in range of a lieutenant there, so that's 2 wounds at AP -1, +1 because he's in cover, so 2 ups. Makes them both. So that is it for the shooting phase. Into the assault phase, these guys here are going to charge into his cannon over here. So crack shot, hitting on a 6. No, no hit there. Looking for a 9-inch charge. No, not get. I'm going to spend my last command point to reroll that. Oh, not enough to get there. Do I get the command point back? I don't, so I am out of command points. And now these guys are going to charge in. 7-inch charge, so shot, crack shot, no hit there. And they are in. All right, starting off the fight phase with my Reavers back there. They're going to have 2 attacks each, except the Sergeant has a 3rd. They're going into the Grots, I guess is probably the way to go. So these are going to be hitting on 3s. Okay.
Hard to hit.
Wounding on 2s. All right, 3 wounds, 6 ups. No, and they are dead. And then my lieutenant over here is going to attack into the Killicans. Hitting on 2s. Wounding on 5s. Getting 2 wounds. AP -3, so 2. 6 ups, makes 1, fails 1, so just 1 damage. And now the Killicans are going to attack back. 12 attacks, hitting on 5s because they Wall Banner is dead. So it's going to be 4 hits here. 5 hits? Yep. 5 hits. Wounded on 2s. Getting 5 wounds. Can I make 5 6-ups? My heart says yes. My brain says no. My opponent just laughs. 6-inch? Show them fill faces. No, 0 fill faces, so he is totally dead. And that is it for the Dark Angel's turn here on turn 3. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Orks on turn 4. All right, movement phase. His Mecha Dread's making his way up over this way. So is his Big Mek. His Killicans are moving up there, 1 inch away from my Inceptors. His Big Mek over here is making his way towards my Reavers, and his Def Dread is making his way towards my Reavers. So that is it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, start with the shooting phase. His Big Mek here is going to shoot his Teleporta Blaster into my Reavers over there. So that is 2 shots, D3 shots. So these are going to be hitting on 5s. Getting 1 hit. Strength 8. So looking for 2s. That's a wound. AP -2. He sounds super confident. So we're going to roll looking for a 5. Getting a 2, it doesn't even matter if it was +1. Or they would have needed they would have had to have a shooting with a +1 AP. So what's the damage on that?
1 damage.
1 damage. So 1 damage goes through, but Teleporta Gun has a special ability where now he rolls a D6. If he rolls higher than their wounds characteristic, which is 2, they will be dead. So looking for 3 up. He rolls a 5, so it is dead. All right, so now his killicans here are going to fire into my Hellblaster, hitting on 4s. Okay, 2 hits. Wounding on both wounds. AP minus nothing, so 3 up saves. Oh, takes a wound. All right, his Rattler Cannon is going to fire into my last cannon bros. 2d6 shots, that's 8 shots. These are going to be hitting on 4s. All right, so getting 5 wounds, or 5 hits. Wounding on strength 5, so looking for 3s to wound. That is 3 wounds. AP minus 2 plus 1 because they're in cover. 4 up saves. Making them all. Woo! All right, so now into the assault phase. His killicans are going to charge into my Inceptors. Overwatching here on 6s. Getting exactly statistical with 2 fill phases. Wounding on 4s. That is 1 wound. AP minus 1. And he's good. They're charged early in. All right, now his Death Dread's going to charge into my Reavers over there. One's going to throw a crack grenade. The rest are going to shoot with their bolt carbines, hitting on 6s. Getting 1 hit with the bolt carbine. Wounding on a 5. Nope. His charge is totally in. And now his Big Meks going to charge into my Reavers back over there. 2 of them are in 12 inches, so they're going to fire their heavy bolt pistols, hitting on 6s. Getting nothing. And his charge distance needs a 9-inch charge. Ooh, and he's in. Now his Big Mek here is going to charge into my Hellblaster. So hitting here on 6s. Rerolling because of Azrael. Not getting anything. I needed that. His charge distance is in. All right, and now his Mecha Dread is going to charge into Azrael over here. Azrael is going to fire with both profiles, so we're going to go with the Plasma first. Not getting hits, but re-rolling. No hits. Then the Mastercrafted Bolter part. No hits. Re-rolling because of him, and no hits again. His charge distance is in. All right, so now the killicans are going to start us off in the fight phase into my Inceptors here, hitting on 5s. All right, getting 4 hits. Was that right?
Yes.
Yep, 4 hits. Wounding on 2s. That is 3 wounds. 3 AP minus 3. So looking for oh no, that's tough. Strength 10, right?
Oh yeah.
Strength 10. They're they're tough 5. Yeah, tough 5. So that is
Strength 8.
Strength 8. So that's 2 wounds in there. Looking for 6 up saves. Making neither of them D3 or straight 3. Straight 3, so they are dead. All right, now his Big Mek over there is going to attack in. 4 attacks because he's the Warlord with the +1 attack. Hitting on 3s, so that is 2 hits. Wounding on strength +2, right? So looking for 3s, that's 1 wound. AP minus 2 because of the big, whatever, Head Lappa's Big Choppa or something like that. Hitting, wounding, looking for 5 up. Nope, goes through. D3, 2, that's a dead guy. And now the Death Dread here has got 6 attacks hitting on 3s. All right, 1 miss. Wounding on 2s. That is 5 wounds at AP minus 3.
Yes, sir.
So looking for 6 ups. Showing them fill faces. Getting 1, so 1's still alive. And now his Big Mek here is going to attack into my Hell Flamer. 3 attacks hitting on 4s. Ooh, no hits. All right, so he moved when he consolidated in. He gave the bad touch to my last cannon bros over here, but he's going to attack into Azrael. So that's going to be 6 attacks into Azrael, 5 attacks into Azrael, hitting on 3s, wounding on 2s, getting 4 wounds. 4 up invul saves. That makes 3 of them. I'm going to spend his Warlord trait free reroll. Yeah, with the 5. Woo! All right, so now Azrael's going to attack into his Mecha Dread. So we've got 5 attacks hitting on 2s. All hits. Strength +2 because strength 6, so looking for 5s to wound. Getting 0 wounds. And now my last cannon bros are going to attack in. Hitting on 3s. Oh, reroll because of Azrael. You're right. They're close enough. All right. Thank you, sir. These are now going to be wounding on 5s. They can get some wounds. So that's 3 wounds, but regular saves, 3 ups. Oh, fails 1. The one guy over here is going to attack into his Death Dread. Hitting on 3s. So that's 2 hits. No wounds. 7 attacks over here. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 4s. Getting 2 wounds, 2 ups. Makes them both. And my Hellblaster over here gets to attack. That is 3 hits. That is 3 wounds, 3 2 ups. Fails 1. All right, so that is it for the Orcs' turn here on turn 4. My Reaver back there has to take a leadership test, so he lost 4 guys, 4 plus. 6 is going to run unless he can roll, because of then they shall know no fear. 5, 6, 4. Yeah, he yawned. Oh. All right, so that is it for the Orcs' turn. We'll come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 4. All right, movement phase. My Las Cannon Bros fell back out of combat with his Mecha Dread. My Lieutenant stood still. Azrael fell back, so did my Hellblaster. My Intercessors moved up over this way. Razorbacks stood still, and those Reavers stood in combat back there. So that is it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the shooting phase. Intercessors are going to fire into his Big Mek over here. 4 shots, hitting on 3s. All right, 2 hits, wounding on 4s. Getting 1 wound, AP -1. Oh, he's good. Heavy Bolter Razorback's going to fire into his Mecha Dread. He's hitting on 5s. Rerolling because of Azrael. All right. That is strength 5, so 1 wound, AP -1. He goes through. And the other Razorback's going to fire, hitting on 4s. Rerolling because of Azrael. All right, wounding on 5s. Getting 1, 2, 3 wounds with fill faces, AP -1. Failing 2 of them. Lieutenant's going to fire into his Mecha Dread. That is 1 hit. That is a wound. AP nothing. He makes a save. And heavy bolt pistols into his Big Mek back there, hitting on 3s. That is 2 hits. Wounding on 4s. That is 1 wound. AP -1. 3 up. Oh, he's good. All right, that's it for shooting. No assaults, just into the fight phase back there. They're going to attack, hitting on 3s. All righty. These are going to be wounding on 4s. Getting 2 wounds. No AP. 2 ups. Oh, he fails 1. And the Big Meks attacks back. 3 attacks, hitting on 3s. That's 2 hits. Wounding on 3s. So that's 2 wounds. AP -2. So 5 up saves. Making 1, failing 1. D3 damage. 2 kills a guy. And that is it for the Dark Angel's turn here. No leadership tests necessary. So now we are on to turn 5 for the Orcs. Movement phase for the Orcs here on turn 5. His Killicans moved up this way. His Mecha Dread moved up towards Azrael over here. His Big Mek here moved up towards my Hellblaster over here. And he stayed in combat, and then his Death Dread moved up towards them. So that is it for the movement phase. We'll come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, so now his Killicans here are going to fire into my Hellblaster, hitting on 4s. All right, pretty good. Wounding on 3s, so that is
that's what I'm talking about.
That's pretty good. So that's 6 wounds. 6. 3 up saves. Oh, failed just enough to kill. Oh no, not just enough. He is also wounded. So yeah, he did. All right, so now his Mecha Dread here is going to fire into my Razorback with the 1 wound remaining. 2d6 shots. That's going to be what is that? 7 shots. These are going to be hitting on 4s. All right, so that's a bunch of hits there. Wounding on strength. What is it? Oh, wounding on 5s. Yeah. Getting 1, 2, 3 wounds. AP -2, so looking for 5 ups. Ooh, failed. He is dead. Does he explode? He does not. All right, that's it for the shooting phase. Into the assault phase. His Killicans are going to charge into my Intercessors over here. Firing Overwatch. Getting 1 hit. Not getting a wound, though. His charge distance is in. And now his Mecha Dread's going to charge into Azrael. Going to fire Overwatch. The red are going to be the Mastercrafted Bolter portion, hitting on 6s. Getting to reroll because of himself. Getting 2 hits, 1 with the Plasma, 1 with the Bolter. That's going to be, there's toughness 7, right? So this is looking for a 4, this is looking for a 5. Getting it the opposite way around, so 1 goes through, AP -3. 5 up. Oh no, yes, 5 up invul, so it does go through. So that is just 1 more damage. And his charge distance is totally in. And now his Big Meks gonna charge into Azrael and my my Razorback over here, hitting on 6s with the Razorback. Rerolling because of Azrael. Getting 2 hits because my Razorbacks are awesome. 1 wound, AP -1, 3 up. He's good. Charge distance is totally in. And his Death Dread's gonna charge in.
He can reroll the charge.
You can reroll, but he is in. All right, starting with his Death Dread over there into my Reavers. Hitting on 3s. Ooh, 2 hits. Wounded on 2s. That's 2 wounds. Looking for 6 ups. The opposite there. Is it just D3 or 3 wounds each? 3 straight, so they are dead. Another Killer Cans are going to attack into my Intercessors, hitting on 5s. Getting 4 hits. These are now wounding on 2s. That is 3 wounds. AP -3. Making none of them 3 damage each. They are dead. All right, Mecha Dread's gonna attack into Azrael over here. 6 attacks, hitting on, or 5 attacks, sorry, hitting on 3s. All right, 3 hits, I should say. Wounding on 2s. That is 3 wounds. 3 4 up invul saves. Oh, failed 1. How much is this?
D6.
Hold on, before you roll this. D6 damage. If he rolls a 6, Azrael is just splatted. D6 wounds. Oh no! You know what? Who even does that? Oh man, Azrael, you did so well up until then.
I'm kind of excited with that roll.
And now you did. It was an excitable roll for an excitable result. So that is Slay the Warlord. And now his Big Mek here is going to attack into my Razorback. He got 3 attacks, hitting on 4s. Getting 2 hits. Strength 8, so wounded on 3s. Getting 1 wound. AP -3, so looking for a 6 up. Nope, failed it. So is it D3 damage, I think, right? On the claw?
Yeah, I think so.
It's like a power fist.
Yeah, power claw.
D3. 2 damage, so he's down to 2. All right, and that is it for the Orcs' turn here on turn 5. So we'll come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 5. All right, movement phase. These guys all stood still. Razorback fell back out of combat, and that is it. So we're going to move into the shooting phase here. Las Cannon Bros are going to fire into his Mecha Dread. So we're going to start with the Las Cannon Bros. They're going to fire the red's going to be the Signum, so 3s and 2. All right, so that is all hits. These are going to be wounding on 3s. Oh, getting 2 wounds. 2 5 up invul saves. Making 1, failing 1. D6 wounds. 5 wounds. And then the bolter shots into him. Whoa, really one of those hits. This is when I could have used them because wounding on 5s. Yep, just what I thought. And then the lieutenant's going to fire into these guys over here. So re-rolling 1s because he didn't move. That's 1 hit. 1 wound. 3 up save, right? Regular 3 up save? Yep. Yeah, they are good. And that is it for the Dark Angels turn here. Not great. So, that is the end of turn 5. So, my opponent went first, so he's going to roll to see if we go on. 3 up. Yep, we're going on. We'll come back to you after movement phase for the Orcs. All right, movement phase for the Orcs here. These guys moved up towards my Devastator squad over here. The Mecha Dread moved up towards, kind of positioning himself around here with the Razorback and my Dev squad. And then the Mech moved up towards my Razorback. And those 2 guys just kind of danced in the background over there. So that is it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, the shooting phase is Killer Cans are going to fire into my Devastator squad, hitting on 4s. Pretty good. Wounding on 3s. Getting 3 wounds. 3. They're out of cover there, so it's going to be 3 up saves. Failing 1. And then the Rattler Cannon from here into my Razorback, 2d6 shots. Getting 6 shots. These are going to be hitting on 4s. Now, 4s or 5s? Does it go down with his profile? It doesn't go down with the profile, so 4s. All right, so that's 5 hits. Strength 5. So looking for 5 to wound. Getting 1 wound. -2. That's a fail. D3 damage. Yeah, he did. Does he explode? Nope, he does not. He just did. All right, that's it for the shooting phase. Into the assault phase, the Mecha Dread's going to charge into my Devastator squad. So the red's going to be the bolt pistol from, or the crack grenade from the sergeant. The greens are going to be the las cannons, hitting on 6s. Whoa, he fell back, made his charge even longer. Rerolling 1s because of Grim Resolve, but only getting the 1 hit. Wounding on a 3. That is a wound, AP -3. No, goes through. D6 damage. 2 damage. And his charge distance is in. All right, so now his mech is going to charge into my lieutenant and my las cannon bros. Lieutenant's going to fire Overwatch, getting 1 hit. Getting 1 wound. Making a save, though. His charge distance is totally in. And then the cans are charging into my las cannon bros, and they are in. All right, so starting the fight phase, his Big Meks going to attack into my lieutenant over here. 3 attacks, hitting on 4s, getting 2 hits, wounding on 2s, getting 1 wound, looking for a 6-up. Nope, not going through. D3 damage, 2 damage. All right, so now the cans are going to attack into my Devastator squad, hitting on 5s. These are now going to be wounding on 2s, getting 1 wound. Looking for a 6-up save. Nope, that's a dead guy. And here comes the Mecha Dread. 5 attacks hitting on 4s. All right, 2s. That's 2 wounds. Failing them both. That's 2 more dead guys. All right, so now my lieutenant's going to attack into his Big Mek there. Hitting on 2s, wounding on 4s, getting 2, rerolling 1s because of himself, still only getting 2 wounds, 2 saves. And then my lieutenant's going to attack into the Killicans. That is 3 hits. That is 0 wounds. All right, at the end of the turn, my Devastator Sergeant here has to take a test, command point, morale test. 3, he is good to go, and he is staying right there. So that is it for the Orcs' turn here on turn 5. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where we're going to end this because I can't come back. He killed enough things. I had more kill points than he did. He's going to get Line Breaker because I physically can't kill enough things to not give him Line Breaker with what I've got left. And he is going to be a win. So that is an Orc victory. And the new WAAAAAGH that started here, WAAAAAAGH of Grots, has started and is running rampant across this planet. And let's see how far they can make it. So pretty brutal. That was hilarious. Oh man, when my opponent shared his army, shared his list, what he wanted to do, I was like, that's hilarious and awesome. All of those Grots, like moving all of that, all of those cans and all of those suits is freaking awesome. It was super cool to see, super fun to play against, and a great time. So it just goes to show you that the Orcs are going to be a force to reckon with once they get their codex for sure. And this was a ton of fun, and we'll see what happens as they keep getting better as they get their codex out. My favorite was getting to use those aggressors for the first time. Pretty awesome. All of those shots, I felt like I was the Orc player rolling all of those dice and hoping for 5s. So that was a ton of fun. Yeah, and I don't know if you've seen when I showed you when I modeled them, but I modeled all of them, my aggressors here. Woo, come on, show it. With the Death Watch arm here, so that I can run them in both my Death Watch army and my Dark Angels army, because I doubt I'm going to be running them in both at the same time, but that now gives me the option without having to buy more models, which I always appreciate. So, I really hope you guys have all enjoyed it. I certainly did. I have been Phil, the Glacial Geek, as always. My opponent's been Marcus, and until next time, have fun.